You never really think about losing your Cree language or culture until you see it through your own children. My children and grandchildren, they don't understand Cree, let alone speak it. Only a few basic words like danse, astam, ape. I didn't really think about it much until I moved back home to my res a few years ago. We take part in ceremonies and attend wakes and funerals, and Cree was the most commonly used language in these gatherings. My children would sit quietly and I'd watch them. They don't understand the prayers of the elders. Are they ever going to? I can understand most words, but to actually speak it, I still struggle. Teaching them our Nehio way of life is a start. Now for our language. But I'll keep trying, because I think it's so important. It's the heart of our culture.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know Cree.
Ah,
I don't know Cree.
tanu access. Uita mo ka pe pix koset.
Are you talking about food? Because the food's okay.
No.
What then?
On tanwa. Aya pokta, agati pes pokta no.
Do you know what he's saying?
Pes pokta no ti. Ah,
What?
pes pokta no ti. Pes
No, I
payo.
don't know what you're saying.
Tabwe.
For real. Speak English.
He's asking you, did Uncle Brett leave?
Yeah?
Sorry?
Yeah, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago.
Cree is one of the most widely spoken Indigenous languages in Canada. In 2016, Statistics Canada reported that Saskatchewan, the province with the most Cree speakers, had 28,340 people identifying as having an Indigenous language as their mother tongue. This was less than the number of speakers from 2011, which had 30,895. Despite its status as a widely spoken Indigenous language in Canada, Cree is still a declining mother tongue. Imagine riding a transit bus and listening to a conversation between an immigrant mother and her daughter speaking a language of their own. Krista Gardapi, a university student living in the city of Saskatoon, shares her own story of listening to foreign languages spoken by others. She expresses an emotion of envy, only wishing she could speak and understand her own Cree language.
There are times I wish I could speak Cree and understand. Because when our language dies, it's gone forever. Not like a French speaker. They can go back to France and relearn their language. But for us, this is our homeland. We can't go anywhere else but here in Canada. I still have that hope to learn it someday.
For elders Myrna and Albert Yellowbird, their stories reveal a bitter truth into why today's generations are speaking less of the Cree language. Myrna's story could be linked to an important family value instilled by her parents, to receive a grade 12 education, a value she still believes in today. She grew up speaking Cree, although her father, John Finde, expressed the importance of learning the English language and how it was needed to survive in the white man's world. Her first experience attending an off-reserve school is an unforgettable memory for her. Students laughed and made fun of her as she couldn't pronounce the English words properly. Myrna made a promise to herself that her children would never experience this type of humiliation, and English would be an everyday language spoken in her home. This could be a reason for many Indigenous families not speaking their native tongues, knowing that English is an important skill needed in Canadian societies. For residential school survivor Albert Yellowbird, he is one of many 150,000 children who attended these government-sponsored religious schools. These schools were established to assimilate Indigenous children into Euro-Canadian culture. Speaking his language was forbidden. He remembers many of them hiding around the school to speak Cree to each other. This language shaming is a shared experience for many Indigenous people who attended these schools. Thankfully today, both Myrna and Albert Yellowbird are still fluent Cree speakers. They both have expressed on the importance of maintaining our Cree language and culture. Return to your homelands to learn the language, sing the songs, dance to those songs, learn the beading, the ceremonies, the medicines, cook your traditional foods, choke cherries, bannock. Wear your ribbon dress and earrings. Teach your children how to survive and hunt on the land. Tan some hides traditionally. Make some dry meat. And always honor your ancestors. I believe we are worth saving. Don't you?